What is up, everybody? I am back, and today we're going to be doing some beef short ribs. These are kind of a self-indulgent purchase. I got them because I once spent all day going to 6 different grocery stores looking for them, and I saw them at mine, so I just snatched them up. This is a pretty self-indulgent meal. Because of that, we're going to be using red wine in the cooking. We're going to be using a slow cooker, really branching out. So this is one of the more extravagant ones. Cat lost his mind there for a second. But within that, I'm going to be showing you some basic concepts that'll be really good to know. I'm also going to highly recommend having a slow cooker. I'll talk about that in a separate video as well. And at some point I'm going to cut and I'm going to do a video just on how to open a bottle of wine so that you guys know the proper way to do that, and you can look all suave and debonair, or take it to your workplace and know how to do it in a restaurant setting. But yeah, first things first, we're going to crack open these beef short ribs and we're going to get them browned. For our ingredients today, we got carrots, celery, garlic, cloves, salt, pepper, rosemary, thyme, onions as always, and then for the sauce we've got some tomato paste, beef broth, and of course our red wine, Cabernet Sauvignon. You can pick up a bottle of red wine or a box of red wine for like $8 to $10. That'll be more than enough. Overall, the meal isn't actually that expensive. I mean, the bone-in beef short ribs are $9 a pound. That's probably the most expensive thing here. And I get a pack of that and a bottle of red wine. And if it was a date night, I could use the leftover red wine at the table. But yeah, oh no, this whole meal probably like 25 bucks. Which is a little expensive, but that's if you had to buy literally every ingredient. So I'm gonna start chopping veggies because that's the first thing we're gonna get sauteed. Those are gonna go into the slow cooker. The beef is gonna get browned, and that's gonna go into the slow cooker. And then we're gonna deglaze the pan with the red wine, make our sauce, and put that into the slow cooker, and that'll be there for hours. So we'll cut back when there's something to actually show, but for now we already know how to chop all these veggies, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and I will be right back. All right, so I got my vegetables chopped. I got them going, hit them with a little bit of salt and pepper, and we're gonna let them cook down until the onions get pretty translucent, and there's still some crunch in it, but we just want to get them softened up before we throw them into the crock pot. And now I'm going to show everybody how to open a bottle of wine. So check out my other video for that. All right, guys, so I just went and opened that bottle of wine, and here we are. Our vegetables are just about done. You can tell because the onions are pretty transparent, or they're burning into the bottom of my pan. Unfortunately, I got a little distracted, so we've got some burnt bits in here that we didn't really want, but that's okay. Most of the cooking is going to happen in the slow cooker, so I'm just going to take this and I'm going to put it, well, I'm going to put it in the slow cooker. I'm going to have to overcomplicate it here. I'm just going to do that. And, well, I'm going to scrape the rest of this in with a wooden spoon. Now, a little bit of that flavor from the vegetables is going to be left in here. What we're going to do is we're going to take our meat, we're going to salt and pepper it all over, and then we're going to just brown it in this pan with a little bit of olive oil, and that'll be that. So I will come back to you when we are closing that. What's up, guys? So I'm almost done browning the first batch of beef short ribs, and I've gotten started on getting the stuff into the crock pot. And then I'm going to show you how to deglaze a pan with red wine. Man, these look nice. They smell good too. Just a little bit of salt, pepper onto these bad boys before I got them into the pan. Obviously, hot pan, oil, all that jazz. The reason we're doing this is to lock in a lot of the flavor. Get that nice sear on it and color. You want some good color on it. So let's talk about what's happening over here for a second. So over here, we've got our tomato paste. We used about half the can. And we've got our veggies. This is difficult to get a good angle of, I apologize. And what we're going to do is we're going to crush a couple garlic cloves into that. And we're also going to put some rosemary and thyme in that. So I'm going to go ahead and put the rosemary and thyme in. So I'll probably put some over here. My beef is a little frozen, so that's unfortunate. It smells nice and fresh and herby. It's good. It's good. And hopefully you all remember how to crush garlic cloves. This garlic is growing, literally. That's okay. So I'm gonna move some of my beef over here. And put the rest of my beef down in the pan. So we're just gonna keep moving back and forth, and I'll show you fresh garlic cloves. And it really is about a minute on each side, maybe a little less. So, go over here. Ready to garlic cloves. And this is the best way to do garlic ever, because it's so easy. So anytime you're cooking in a slow cooker, this is just the way to go. You're going to take a flat side of your knife, press, and peel all this garbage off. And boom. Excellent flavor. That's it. That's all you got to do. I'm gonna go ahead and end the video and come back when we get to the deglazing of the pan. All right, so we're gonna finish that over here. These are the, oh man, these are such nice cuts. It smells so good, I'm so excited. All right. And as always, put your stuff away as you cook. I'm just going to throw some stuff away. Put some stuff away. Let's just put my bag. So you can see the redness starting to happen up here. That's so you know we're getting the color that we want on the bottom. I'm just going to go ahead and transfer it over. This is fine. Ultimately, it's cooking in the slow cooker. So what we have here is we have a pan full of brown goodness. deliciousness, awesomeness. I believe my dad told me once this is called the frond. What we're gonna do is we're gonna put some red wine in here. Probably about a cup. 1 to 2 cups should do it. And we're just going to scrape all of that stuff off the bottom of the pan because we want to add it into this sauce. And then, much like our sukiyaki sauce that we made, we're going to bring this to a low boil, a little bit more than a simmer, for just 1 or 2 minutes. The smell is fairly intense. I mean, we did just put a bunch of wine into a hot pan and it rapidly evaporated into the room. So that is what's happening. But what we're gonna do with this after simmering it for a couple of minutes is we're gonna pour it into our crock pot here, and we're gonna pour in our beef broth, and then we're gonna put a lid on this bad boy and I'm gonna set the timer for like 6 hours. And we're gonna put it in there on high, I think. And in 6 hours, I will check it and we will get that video footage. Oh man, I'm so excited. It's gonna be so good. This is about the low boil we're looking for. I should have measured, because I'm not personally certain exactly how much wine or how much wine not to, but this felt like a good amount. And you don't need a lot to really deepen the flavor of your sauce. It just helps. I mean, what I poured was at least 6 ounces. Maybe a little more. Probably could pour more. What I poured was about 1 glass of wine, which is a little bit less than I want to cook with, so. So yeah, I guess I'll just go ahead and show the beef broth getting added in. So we're about at that point. We got all our seared meat in here. What we want to do is we want to cover the meat, so we want to get it nice and low in here. And then we're gonna add in our wine from our pan. And that's pretty much it. The wine is gonna simmer for about 2 minutes. And then it'll reduce in here. So we don't have to worry too much about it. But yeah, this is what's happening. And we will check back in a couple hours with the end result, or at least with our progress report, just to see how it's going. I'm sorry I can't transmit smells through this thing though. It smells fantastic. I will see you later. We're back to check on the food. Oh, it smells amazing. Ow, ow. But it's hot. Oh, well, you know, I would say that when you can do that to a piece of beef, it's done. Just melted away, man. Just melted away. So here's what we're gonna do, actually. Well, first of all, we're gonna turn it off because it's done. But what else are we gonna do? We are gonna get all of this out of here, and we're gonna take the liquid and get that into a pan and simmer it down to reduce it so that we've got a thicker, syrupier gravy. So give me a moment while I do that. Okay, with some difficulty and some help and some brain power, we've got the sauce in a pan. You're welcome, Cooking with Jeff. Yes, that's right. Tabby Giant 94 on the case again, doing God's work here. So we're gonna put this on high and we're gonna get this to start steaming. Yeah, it smells amazing. Of course, this is a fork, but it tastes amazing. A little high in fat. And all of the meat has just fallen off of the bones. So I would say that overall it's been pretty successful. I will be washing some dishes here in a little while. But yeah, very exciting. I will come back when this has reduced down to where we want it to be. See you soon.